Good morning. Hello. You ready to go out in the snow? Woohoo! Good morning. Big stretch. Go ahead. Are you excited to go out in the snow? And immediately to the ball. Are you having fun? Hello there. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very, very chill Sunday reset vlog. We're gonna spend the day together getting ready for the week ahead, trying to fight the Sunday scaries, if you will. We're gonna do some meal prepping for the week, both lunches and getting things ready for dinners to make it easier throughout the week. We are also going to do some chores around the house, some laundry, and we're gonna try to fit in some self-care. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so this vlog is gonna be a little different than I had originally pictured it in my head. First of all, I'm just a little bit under the weather, although I think for the most part, I am dodging, fingers crossed, knock on wood, this second bout of sickness. You may remember I was sick the first week back from break, and after a week, my body recovered. I've had a little bit of a lingering cough, but for the most part, I have felt good. On Friday, between my class and my switch teacher's class, we had 12 students either absent or who went home from various illnesses, confirmed cases of the flu, strep throat, etc. And Thursday night, my cough kind of started coming back and I felt a little punky on Friday, but thankfully it hasn't progressed. And I've been hitting up the Zicam, which is like a zinc supplement. So I think we're in the clear. At least that's what I'm telling myself. The other big wrench in the plan is it snowed. Yes, believe it or not, it does snow in Texas. Although the main concern really is the ice more so than the snow. As you can see, it's a very light coating. It's not much at all. But when you live somewhere that is not equipped for the snow and does not have the capability to like pre-treat roads and all of that to help make it more manageable, a little bit of ice makes it very, very treacherous. That being said, I was originally thinking I would be opening up this vlog with Billy and I going to the gym, because that is our usual Sunday routine. We get up, we immediately go to the gym. We actually belong to 2 different gyms now. And we're pretty sure both of them are closed. I mean, first of all, looking at the weather, it would make sense. You want everyone to stay home and be safe. I get it. But we have tried calling both of them and no one is answering. So we're like 99% sure they are closed, which I know is in everyone's best interest. It just means I'm gonna have to shift things around a little bit because I will still have to get in the training session that I was planning to do today for my powerlifting. And in addition to powerlifting, I've started adding some additional training in.
This ab workout is specifically designed to strengthen your core. Sorry.
I'm gonna keep it a little bit under wraps for now, but I will give you a very big clue. This training is in preparation for something on my 40 before 40 list that I have officially booked and confirmed for June. Now, to celebrate, last night, Billy and I went out to eat, and here's your very big clue. We went to a Nepalese restaurant, which, let me just brag, it was phenomenal. It was a little locally owned Nepalese restaurant. We got some momo, which were delicious. We got, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation, tukpa, something like that, but it's a Nepalese noodle dish. So flavorful, so good. And then we got 2 different curries. We got like a goat curry, and then we got this achara chicken curry with basmati rice, which is my favorite. And they also gave us like chai tea to go because at that point it was starting to get icy out, and that was just so sweet of them. But all that being said, today's gonna look a little different than I was originally anticipating, but it's fine. You just gotta go with it sometimes. This is real life and we're documenting it. First on the list to get done today, laundry, because that is a very typical Sunday chore. But speaking of things not going according to plan, ignore the background noise and ignore the ladder currently set up in our pantry and, you know, the mess. But sorry, it's a real house, we live in it. It's not perfect, but we experienced a leak yesterday morning, not related to the snow and the ice. I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, you had a pipe burst, because that happens in the cold. We talk with our students about how water expands when it freezes. Just before I left on Friday, we were learning about ice wedging, which is very ironic. But no, it is not related to the storm. This actually took place before temperatures got below freezing. Essentially, we had a little leak in our spare bathroom, which is right over top of the pantry. And so some water leaked down into the ceiling. We woke up yesterday to some water on the floor. We had someone come out yesterday, take a brief look at it, mostly because we were concerned about the pipes. They confirmed that it's not a pipe, it was just a leak from the toilet, but we've got to dry out this space. So we went to Lowe's last night, got a dehumidifier, which is up there. We've got a fan going, same thing upstairs in the bathroom. All that being said, I'm not going to record me putting laundry in. Just assume that it is happening, because I'm gonna have to navigate the obstacle course happening behind me. Back to the couch, because that's gonna be my happy place today. The other chore that typically takes place on Sundays is grocery shopping. Usually we will do a curbside pickup with HEB, which is like the main Texas grocery store chain. We will place the order on Saturday, pick it up on Sunday morning. Thankfully, I thought ahead with this whole ice debacle. I knew that that was not gonna take place today. Therefore, I actually went to the grocery store on Thursday and got things that I needed for lunches as well as dinner for tonight and tomorrow night. Now, after that, we're gonna have to go to the grocery store, but we at least have enough for what we need right now and tomorrow. But before we get into meal prep, because that's gonna be the next thing, I am very happy to report that my goal of trying to get at least 6 hours of sleep a night, 5 nights a week, since I announced that goal, I've actually gotten that amount of sleep every night. So I haven't even missed the 2 nights a week that I'm giving myself as wiggle room, so yay. And I was talking to my powerlifting coach, because he's like, well, how do you feel? And I was like, honestly, when my alarm goes off at 4:45 in the morning, I still feel tired. But overall, I feel like I have more energy throughout the day. And then I feel much better in my training session. So I'm definitely noticing a difference, and I'm proud of myself for sticking with it, because I honestly don't remember the last time I got at least 6 hours of sleep consistently for this long of a period of time. So that is good. Also, I'm happy to report that my necklace came in. So I had shared about this in a prior vlog, but for the past 2 years, I will pick a word to represent my year, and then I get that word engraved on a necklace. So my word this year is connect, and I got this necklace from Etsy. Once I put it on for the year, I literally leave it on the entire year, and I don't take it off until it's time to put the new one on the next year. So I will link the one that I get from Etsy. I can attest that it holds up. I wear it in the shower, I wear it powerlifting, all of the things, and it's been perfect. So if you're interested and want something similar, just as a way to kind of keep that word close to you and represent it so that you can see it all the time, I think that's a great option. On to meal prep. We are gonna start with lunches. I always prep a full week of lunches on Sunday. Typically, I do some kind of dish where I can make a big bowl of it or a big pot of it, and then just split it up between the number of containers based on the number of days I have that week. It is a full week coming up, 5-day week. However, do I feel like we're gonna have school tomorrow? Probably not. They haven't made the call yet, but I would be very shocked if they didn't. However, I am gonna still divvy this up between 5 containers, and then that way, if we are off school tomorrow, I already have lunch ready to go. Lately, I've been making a lot of cold lunches, a lot of salads and things. I've showed that in a few of my recent vlogs. But with the weather, I think I definitely want a hot lunch this week, something I have to heat up in the microwave. And I was thinking, last week, I made basically like a lo mein dish, but rather than using noodles, I used zoodles, which is when you use spiralized zucchini in place of noodles, just because I love trying to load up on vegetables, and because Billy and I have gotten new KitchenAid attachments, which let's go ahead and start with the spiralization of the zucchini, and then I'll show you how I throw the rest of the dish together because it's super, super easy. So this is my KitchenAid mixer, which used to live in the pantry on the top shelf. I would only bring it down when I was using it for a recipe or for baking. However, we recently decided to keep it down on the counter in an effort to utilize it in more ways, mostly through the attachments. So this piece right here, you can unscrew. This comes out, and then you can put different attachments on there that can be used for various things. Like they make a meat grinder, which we don't have, nor do we need. We have a shredder piece. So recently we've been buying bulk cheese from Costco and shredding it and then freezing it. But this one is a spiralizer attachment. So basically this piece just goes in, you tighten this, and then from there, you have different blade options. Because I'm making kind of like lo mein type noodles, I'm using air quotes because I understand they're not noodles, they are zoodles. I'm using the thicker spiralizer, but there is a thinner version as well. Now let me grab my zucchini, hold on. So depending on the size of the zucchini and the length, you may have to cut it in half. Like this was a longer zucchini, I cut it in half. This one I think will work the way that it is. Essentially, I'm going to stick the end of it here on the back piece, and then from there, I'm going to pop in the blade. It's like almost too long. Let's see if we can make it work. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I just moved it all the way to the end, and I think that will be perfect. All right, so now it is in place, and all I need is a bowl, which I'm gonna put underneath, and this kind of becomes a game where you see if you can place it in the right spot to catch the zoodles. So I'm just gonna turn on the mixer, and it's going to start to spin, and it's going to spiralize it into noodles. Here's how you can tell it's only my second time using it. We're gonna start with the zucchini that I cut in half because using the really long one is not working right. So we're gonna put it on the end, and then because it is shorter, we're gonna click this little lever and move it back until it lines up with the zucchini, and then we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that it works this time. Oh, we're missing. Okay. It's working though. I see some zoodle action. So note to self, cut the zucchini in half. Billy's behind me laughing because I had to call him down for backup because I was getting frustrated. I was like, why is it not working? I think trying to use the really long zucchini, I had it shoved in there and it got kind of jammed. So gotta use the smaller zucchini. All right, it's towards the end. I'm gonna turn it off, and then basically I can just move this forward. I've got those extra pieces. Slide this off, no comment, you're gonna throw that away, and then you just load your next zucchini in. So let me move this back again. Okay, line it up. This is how easy it's supposed to be. And there we go, we've got zoodles. So definitely cut the zucchini in half, lesson learned, but it's so nice, and being able to do this on a machine rather than by hand, because I had a hand spiralizer, but it took forever. This is just so much easier, especially for something like a meal prep. So I'm gonna spiralize the rest of the zucchini, and then we'll talk about how to throw the dish together. And then in terms of cleanup, this piece on the back, you just twist and it comes off so you can wash it. This piece right here with the blade, you just pull out so you can wash it. And then this piece you just unscrew on the side and store away. So as with most things, a little bit of a learning curve. That's more of a me problem, but it is very easy to use. And I had it on the slow setting. You can obviously speed it up and then it goes even faster, but we've got our zoodles. They're so cute. I will link the attachment if you are interested. I know it works with a variety of KitchenAid stand mixers. In terms of this zucchini shrimp lo mein that we're gonna put together for lunch, all I need is the zoodles, which I have spiralized. And of course, you don't have to use zoodles. You can use regular lo mein noodles or whatever else you want. I'm just showing you what I am doing. I have prepped some mushroom and red bell pepper. I just chopped it up. which you could buy pre-chopped veggies. Like I get the whole mushrooms and slice them myself, but you can get the pre-sliced ones. You can get cut up bell pepper. You can even use frozen, whatever works for you. I just enjoy the process of chopping veggies. I find it very therapeutic. I put on a YouTube video in the background. So I enjoy that aspect of meal prep, and it helps to save a little bit of money. And then finally, I have shrimp. Now you could use whatever protein you want. You could use chicken, you could use tofu. I'm using shrimp because I love shrimp and it was on sale at the store and we have a lot of access to it because of the Gulf. So all I have done is peel the shrimp. I'm gonna season them. I'm looking at my options. Okay, I could either do the crunchy chili onion from Trader Joe's. I love this stuff. Or I have this Simply Asia Bang Bang Sichuan style seasoning. I understand lo mein is not Sichuan, but this would give it a little bit of kind of spice. I think maybe let's just do a little both, okay? So I'm gonna put some of this on it, put some Trader Joe's seasoning, oh yeah. And then let's go ahead and get some tongs. All right, we're just gonna kind of toss this around. Oh, that was a lot. Some more seasoning. All right, I think that'll be fine. I'm gonna start by cooking the shrimp in the pan, take the shrimp off, throw the veggies in, and then we're gonna use a sauce at the end, which I understand this is not lo mein sauce, okay? This is Michelle Meal Prep Made Easy. G. Hughes makes a line of sugar-free sauces. I've been using his barbecue sauces for years. Y'all know I love the sweet chili sauce. Oh, and Polynesian sauce, that's really good. I think I'm all, oh no, here's sweet chili. This is one of my favorites as well. So G. Hughes sugar-free sweet chili sauce. But he also makes a teriyaki sauce, and recently I found this like General Tso's stir-fry sauce. That's what I'm using for the lo mein. I understand it's not exactly a lo mein sauce, but it's good enough. I got that from Walmart, so you can check your local Walmart if you have one. But I'm just gonna toss that sauce in at the end. I'm also gonna add in some snow peas. Now these are already like washed, peeled, etc. So all I have to do is open the bag and add those in. So let's get cooking. So here is the finished product. Honestly, what took longest was peeling the shrimp. But again, you can use any protein you want. You can buy pre-chopped veggies if that saves you time. You can use frozen. You can fully customize this to be whatever you want, but it gets in a lot of veggies. I've still got a fair amount of protein from the shrimp. It's easy, cook it all in one pan, and now it's just a matter of divvying it up between the containers. Which, speaking of containers, we're gonna do a little bit of a mix match because currently I only have 3 of the Rubbermaid Brilliance containers clean. These are glass food storage containers. They are a little pricey, but I've been using these for about 5 years now and absolutely love them. They come in various sizes. So I will link these if you are interested. I think I'll put the other 2 servings in these. These are just PYREX glass bowls, but I feel like size-wise, they're probably pretty comparable. So let's go ahead and open these up and get it dished out. Okay, I lied. I only ended up doing 4 portions because I apparently was not splitting it up equally. but it's fine because I think I'm only gonna need 4 portions anyway. And even if I do need 5 lunches for the week, I'm making soup tonight, so I know that there will be leftovers and I can take that instead. But super easy. I'm looking forward to this. Tasty, nutritious, low prep, perfect for a teacher lunch. I have swapped over laundry, and speaking of soup, usually my go-to snowy meal would be chili. I love chili.
Everybody is going to get to know each other in the pot. I'm serious about this stuff.
However, I just made chili like 2 weeks ago, so rather than making chili, tonight I'm making a chicken minestrone soup, which I'm excited for. I'm using a recipe from Lily Eats and Tells. I've shared a lot of her recipes before. I love her stuff. It tends to be kind of higher in protein, very macro friendly. I've never made this soup before, so I'm excited to give it a try. I need to cut up the veggies for it, so like celery, carrots, zucchini, and then while I'm cutting up ingredients, I'm gonna go ahead and prep for tomorrow night's dinner, which is another one of her recipes, although I know the chicken minestrone soup, you can get the recipe on her website, I'll link it for you, but I think what I'm making tomorrow, it's called one pot chicken and rice. Now the rice is like cauliflower rice. I think that's only available in her cookbook, but I will link either the cookbook that it comes from or the link on her website. Regardless, I need to cut up some like bell pepper and onion for that, and I'm just gonna do it all at once. Now, during this time, while I was meal prepping, I actually got a text from a parent confirming that their kid also has the flu. We just cannot escape it. But literally in between the last clip and this clip, which was no more than 2 minutes, we officially got the call that school is canceled tomorrow. And am I happy about it? Yes, I love a snow day. And now living in Texas, we don't get them super often because it doesn't snow often here. So it just feels kind of novel to have a snow day. And that means that I have permission to take the rest of the day as a chill day. I'm gonna get this ingredient prep done. I'm gonna put away the laundry when that's done. But other than that, I'm gonna just couch rot. Is that what they call it now? I'm gonna just park it on the couch with maybe a cup of hot cocoa, probably watch some Gilmore Girls. So Billy and I take turns picking a show to watch, and I'm currently I chose for us to go back and rewatch Gilmore Girls from the very beginning, but Billy is joining in this time, and I think he's enjoying it. So we might watch some episodes of Gilmore Girls, and that's gonna be the day, and I'm excited about it. Unrelated side note, but kind of related because they're comfy. I just got these slipper shoe type things on Amazon. Ignore my fuzzy socks. I'm always in fuzzy socks, I love them. But I guess these are like a knockoff of Uggs. I didn't even realize that when I got them. They just had a lot of ratings on Amazon. I was like, oh, cool. They were like $40. I got them because Friday for our Underground Spirit Days, it was Dress Like Your Students Day, and a lot of our kiddos will wear these, so I got them. But I am loving them. They have a more solid bottom, so I could wear these like out and about, and they're fuzzy on the inside, they're comfy, and they keep my feet warm, and especially on a day like today, they're great. So if you are like me and will not pay the absorbent cost of some of the name brands like Uggs, but you want a pair of slippers that look exactly like them, I will link these for you on Amazon. So in addition to watching some TV, I'm gonna spend time today foam rolling, Theragunning, giving my body a little bit of love, even though I'm not going to the gym, with me increasing my training. As much as I hate foam rolling because it hurts, I know that it is my best interest to do that. And that's part of self-care. It's not always doing the fun stuff. Sometimes it's doing the stuff you don't really want to do, but you know that your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit will thank you for. But I'm also gonna spend some time today doing something new. And I had mentioned that my goal was to take on a new hobby. I don't know if this counts. I don't think it does. And I don't know if I'll stick with it, but I'm trying it. I have decided to create a junk journal. This is something that I've seen on Instagram, but it's essentially like a scrapbook, but it's using all the random junk or trinkety things from an experience. And whenever Billy and I travel, I collect everything, okay? This is from our recent trip to Egypt. I take, obviously, like stuff from our bags, like the little, you know, sticker things that they put on your bag, and I keep ticket stubs. I keep, like this was from our flight from Cairo to Luxor, and then I will keep like receipts from things, but then I also take like napkins that have the logos of places that we go. And so my idea is I can use all of those things rather than sticking them in a box, because that's what I've been doing. I have a box in the garage, it's my memory box, and I stick it in there and then I forget about it. I could take a notebook, a journal, and create a page to represent that trip. And since it's the start of a new year, I was like, you know what? We're just gonna start with like a fresh notebook and try this throughout the year. And it doesn't have to just be travel. It can be any kind of like experience type of thing. But I might spend some time doing that today. I've got the notebook, I got this from Amazon, and then this is just like glue tape. So you basically just roll it onto the page and it's like double-sided sticky tape. And we're gonna attach all of the things to the page. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know, it's gonna be a work in progress. But that's what I'm doing today in terms of like, quote unquote, self-care. But hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with me for the day. It's still early in the day, just to be transparent. But I always feel a sense of like relief when I'm done vlogging, and I feel like that should be part of my self-care today too, is not feeling the pressure of like having to pick up the camera to document everything. And I want to spend time with Billy and Ember and just kind of chill. He's outside right now throwing ball with her. I can see him through the window. It's funny because she's not sinking in, she's staying on top because of the coating of ice. But that being said, if you enjoyed this vlog, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Let me know if you want more vlogs like this outside of the classroom. I know this wasn't really teaching related. I mean, we talked about like teacher meal prep lunches, but otherwise like this is just normal adulting life. But if you want to see more of it, let me know, because your feedback is very helpful to me and I appreciate you putting in your input so that I can make sure I put out the content that you want to see. But as always, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.